Welcome, everybody. I am Therese Fortin Barnes, and I appreciate everybody coming on today to listen to a special guest that I have, a longtime friend of mine who I went to college with. I won't tell you the year we graduated, but it was a long time ago, and it's so wonderful to connect with Amy again. And today we are talking about transforming your health one habit at a time with Amy Lasser Bouer. Welcome, Amy.
Thank you. It's so good to be here with you, Therese.
Yeah, we're Ithaca College Bombers. That is our
I
name,
see.
which is from Central New York. I see. That's right. So, Amy has been a certified independent health and wellness coach for 3.5 years. She is recently retired as a speech pathologist for many decades, and she spent her career helping people. So it's not a difficult transition going from speech pathology to a health coach. But this was a clear transition in helping people get healthy by reducing their sugar intake and increase their metabolism and learning healthy habits to stay that way. Amy currently resides at the beach in Long Branch, New Jersey, but enjoys helping people with their health and wellness all over the United States. Amy, it's so great to see you, and I look forward to seeing you soon in person. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that too.
It'll be fun.
Yeah, I'm here.
We have a nice college reunion
It'll
coming up.
great.
So, okay, let's dive in, Amy, because I love your story because you went from speech pathology that I always thought all the speech pathology majors at Ithaca worked so hard. It was such a hard degree. I know friends with so many of you, and you were in the industry of helping people for many years. And so you are still helping people, which I absolutely love. And so, but let's talk a little bit about that because you transitioned for personal reasons pretty much. So give everybody a little bit of your background because I love talking about people's background because it's
Sure. So as you said, I graduated with a degree in speech and then had to go get my master's. I went to GW for my master's in speech pathology. And then for 35 years, I was a speech pathologist helping all ages. I did some geriatric, I did some kids, I did private. I was actually an independent contractor for a long time when my kids were little. And then about 12 years ago, I went to the school system and I worked for a school system in New Jersey, close by near my house. Raised my kids in Marlborough, New Jersey. And so I worked for a district nearby and really enjoyed it. Worked with elementary school, middle school, and high school levels, helping kids with their speech and language development. And about almost 4 years ago, 3.5, 4 years ago, I was talking to a friend, and in the schools, there's always luncheons and there's always snacks around. The kids are always having parties. I had gained some weight.
Candy. Right?
Yep. Candy all the time. You're looking for a break. And so you go to the lunchroom and it's sitting there in the middle of the table and everybody's chatting and eating. And we gained some weight. There's always these weight loss challenges. I always participated, but never won. And I gained some weight. So I was talking to a girlfriend. I was looking for something to do. And she said, call my sister. My sister Danielle has something going on. She really likes it. So I called her, and that day changed my life. It really did, because she got me started on a program that reduced my sugars and increased my metabolism. And I was 54 years old. So I was metabolism had bottomed out and I was really in need of a change. So the same day that I joined the program, I became a coach for the program because I thought, oh, what a great way to stay accountable. This will keep me on program, keep me healthy, keep me watching what's going into my mouth instead of the mindless eating that I was doing. So in 10 weeks, I lost 35 pounds.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was amazing. And I have to say, for the first time in my life, 3.5 years later, I kept that weight off.
Wow.
So I had been on every single program out there and never was, I always lost it, but I never was able to keep it off.
That is amazing. And I know so many people can relate to your problems that you were experiencing at that age. I mean, we're the same age, and sugar's in everything.
Right.
And it's so hard to get away from sugar.
Yeah. Unhealthy amounts.
Unhealthy amounts. Yeah.
Yep.
Fast foods, condiments, processed foods, you name it, it's in it. And it's great because from a coach standing, I help people get toxic chemicals out of their lives. You help people get the sugar out of their lives, which is causing havoc in their lives in more ways than one, not just the weight. So it's a great thing that you are doing. And I love that you have entered this, and your story is just very will be encouraging for a lot of people. So hopefully we can get the word out here and have you help other people too. So
you mentioned the sugars, right?
Yeah.
So the doctor who developed this program, he was an end of life care doctor when he was sort of, seeing all of these people dying from symptoms of diabetes. So he said, we gotta get this country to reduce their sugars. And that was his quest. It really was. And that's where this program came from, to help people reduce their sugars, not become the diabetics, not, if you are born with diabetes, to reduce those symptoms so it doesn't affect your lifespan. It really.
That is great. I love it. Formulated from a doctor and from his experience and what he sees. And I could imagine, because the American diet is just horrible, and obesity is at an all-time high. And so this is great that you're out there helping other people to also transform their life and eat healthier and be healthier. So now somebody is interested in this program. And first of all, I know you probably help a lot of people, but is there a certain group, or is there, a certain age group, or?
Well, there isn't, but I know my experience has been with a lot of premenopausal women or people in menopause. I know that was where I was, and I was having the night sweats and the whole thing, and it was all diet related. So, my diet was bad. I was eating all this fatty stuff, and that gives you more serious symptoms of menopause. So I work with those ladies, and many people, hundreds of people have changed their lives because of it. They become more healthy. They stop their serious menopausal symptoms. And I work with men. Men do amazing on this program, because as all the wives and girlfriends know, their guy goes on a diet, just stops eating snacks after 8 and lose weight. Yeah. With this healthy lifestyle, they lose weight immediately and kill the averages. We go about 12 pounds on average a month. If you follow the program, men do way better. Like, they just do.
Interesting. Their metabolism is more increased, right?
Yep. I don't think their metabolism slows down like ours does.
Yeah.
All right.
Right. And so, but I love that you help men, because you see so many of these programs out there, and they're all geared towards women. So that's
absolutely 100%. Men are excellent candidates for this program.
I think so too. And I see the food that they eat, and processed foods and pizzas, and my friends, I just see the belly starting to get a little bit bigger as they get older, right? Absolutely. And that's due to sugar. Yeah. So it's a big topic, and I'm so glad what we're talking about it here today too. So when they, I know they can reach out to you, and we'll talk about that at the end, how they can find you. So when they come into your program, or how do you first start the program?
So I post a lot on Facebook.
Okay.
And people will reach out to me when they see, maybe I posted a recipe somebody's interested in, and they're like, I'd love to get that recipe. It sounds great. What are you doing that you get all these great healthy recipes? So we'll get on a call, because every program looks different for different people. And I will do like a health assessment.
Okay.
Where I speak to the person on the phone. We'll set up a time to speak, and I will ask them what medications they're on, what their habits are, their sleep habits. Do you drink coffee? We want to know, we want a picture of your habits and your health habits, so that we can tailor the program specific to your needs. Okay, so I definitely need to know what medications you're on, so there's no contraindications. I need to know, are you getting 4 hours of sleep? Are you doing a physical job? Are you exercising? How much? If you are, we need to get more protein in there. So I tailor it specifically to your health needs.
That's
and
great.
We come up with that with the health assessment.
That's great. So how much you can work remotely, obviously, and how much do you
Well, the
yeah.
first 4 days a person is on program. Well, let's actually back up a little bit. I will do this health assessment. I'll add them to our organization's Facebook page. It's called Healthy You, the U meaning the letter. And once I do a health assessment, I will add them, whether they join or not. I will add them to this Facebook page, which is phenomenal. I'll get into that in a little bit. And we'll talk, and we'll decide, after I do the health assessment, we'll decide if he or she is ready to join program. We'll set up, when they are ready to begin, we'll set up a call. We call the journey kickoff call. So that'll usually be the night before, and before they're ready to begin. And we'll go over everything, so that in the morning they wake up, they'll go to the bathroom, get on the scale, measure themselves, even take a before picture, because they're gonna want that before and after picture. You forget from where you came, and it is amazing, the transformation that most people make. So we'll get them all set to start that next morning and begin their journey. That's why we call it journey kickoff. And then once they begin, we speak the first 4 nights that they start their program, so that by that 4th or 5th day, we are in fat burn. And that's the goal, to get them into fat burn. And you usually start to feel that extra energy, and you sleep better. People are like, I cleaned my house like for hours yesterday. I couldn't believe it. You have this energy. It's that fat burn. It gets the body working like the machine it's supposed to be.
I love it. And I love that you do one-on-ones. So you're really hand-holding them.
Yep. So the first 4 nights are hand-holding. We go over everything. We do like a systems check. We make sure, did you do this? How did you do that? And I don't feed it to them. I let them tell me, so that it really comes out. Did you do it right? And did you prepare your dinner meal the way it's supposed to be? How much did you have? We really have a protein and 3 vegetables, but vegetables are carbs. So we weigh them. So I have, I'll ask them, was it that, what was the number you weighed at? And it'll come out whether they did it accurately or not. We weigh in ounces instead of cups, because it's more accurate. So it comes out. In the first 4 nights, we speak every night. Then every week, we'll do like a weigh-in. Everyone will take their picture, their scale pick at the beginning, and send it to me. Those who aren't comfortable with it, that's okay too. They'll just send me their number, their weight loss number, how much they lost.
Right.
But most are comfortable with it, because, we're all in the same boat. We're all starting at the same goal. Like-minded people, sharing the same exact things. And we'll check in every week. And if you have a question, you'll text me, you'll call me, we'll speak. I'm there for you anytime you need it. I'll say day or night, but most people usually get their sleep patterns in check, and we don't want to ruin that either. So we'll speak. I have people in California, so I'm talking to them at 11 o'clock at night,
Right.
because it's, set 8 for them.
So there's, did you tell me there's 3 or 4 pillars?
Yes, there are.
And what are those?
Those are, we start out with our community piece. And the community piece is that Facebook page that I
right.
mentioned.
Okay.
Okay. So
and that's a private Facebook group that they have to get invited to,
group.
right? Okay.
Yes. We have to invite you after we do a health assessment. We don't want just anybody on there. We want someone.
Yeah. And they can all share,
Exactly.
which I love private Facebook for that, because I have one, but they're all like-minded, and everybody can share their different experiences.
Their what they found worked for them.
Awesome.
We have something called NSVs, and that's a non-scale victory. So you might see, I bought a new pair of pants 2 sizes down. You might see, my belt, I needed to go to the next notch. And for the women out there, the bra size is huge. When you move that notch, you're like, yes, it's just such a great feeling, because the inches we lose from, reducing the sugars is amazing. So you do get smaller in your back. I mean, I'm wearing a small shirt now. I was always a medium, sometimes a large. And now I wear a small size,
I love the NSV. Say that again.
It's a non-scale victory.
Non-scale victory. That is so great.
Awesome. Because so people are sharing that on this Facebook group. It's great. They share recipes. If you put in our search bar any protein, 10 recipes will come up for that protein.
Oh, that's cool. So they can search and find it. That's awesome.
Yeah.
All right. Pillar 1, pillar 2.
Pillar 2 is the coaching piece. That's me. That's where I would come in. So I would be that person's coach. I do that health assessment. They are now working with me, and I will help you with any questions. I will do that systems check. I will make sure you're in fat burn. I will be there if you're stuck in traffic and you're not able to get to eat when the time you're supposed to eat. And I'll tell you, you have to do this and get there and eat this, and we'll get through it. I will be there for you to answer your questions, as I said, to give you all the information you need, provide you with the charts that show you the ounces and the weights and when you're supposed to weigh your food. I will also be in team coaching. So if you're going to have a question, maybe you send it to me on Messenger in a group with my coach. So if I'm not available, she is. So it's really wonderful. It's wonderful.
That's great support. Great support.
It's, this is not a diet. This is a lifestyle change. So we are there with you from the beginning of weight loss phase all the way through to transition and maintenance.
That's awesome. Okay. Now that's pillar 2.
Pillar 2.
So pillar 3.
Pillar 3 is the habits of health. Habits of health that we teach you. That's the hand in hand with the coaching. So the habits of health, one of those is drink water, 64 to 100 ounces of water a day. Very important.
Take a sip as you're saying that.
Me too. Always sipping my water.
All right.
So 64 to 100 ounces, really important. Helps with digestion, helps with your skin, your nail growth, your hair growth, healthy hair, all of it. It's so important. And it helps with weight loss. So that's our first suggestion. Another habit of health, and this helps with the fat burn. Keep you in fat burn, eat every 2.5 to 3 hours. We say 2.5, and we use an app to remind you, because when you're busy, 2.5 hours goes by very fast. So you really need to use that reminder. We use our phones, we use the alarms in there, and it really helps to remind you because it goes by fast. So that 3-hour mark, we don't want to kick ourselves out of fat burn. If we've been in fat burn all day because we've been eating every 3 hours, we want to make sure we keep that going. So we eat until our eyes close on that 3-hour mark. Okay, so all day long, you'll be eating at 7:30, 10 a.m. Then 1 o'clock, 2.5 to 3 hours. So following that throughout your day, right? So eat within the first hour of waking up. Very important. I was one of those people. I didn't believe in breakfast. I ran out the door. I had my coffee. That was good enough. No, it is not. I wondered why my metabolism slowed down.
Right.
I was putting it to sleep. It's terrible. So if you eat within the first hour of waking up, boom, you just started your metabolism working. Your body's moving. It's working the way it was supposed to. So keeping it going is eating every 2.5 to 3 hours.
Interesting. I like what you said, putting your metabolism to sleep, because so many people skip breakfast and it's such an important
So
meal.
many people, yep. And then you're ravenous.
Yeah.
I would get home from school and my kids weren't home yet. And I said I used to drive like a path into the carpeting from the living room to the kitchen because I would never get satisfied. I would eat and just mindless eat or just eat because I was ravenous because I didn't eat all day.
That's great. So that's a lifestyle change.
So
Pillar
that's a
3.
lifestyle.
What's pillar 4?
Pillar 4 is the nuts and bolts of the program. Nutrition. We tell you exactly what to eat. The lean protein, the 3 servings of vegetables, the low calorie mini meals that you would eat all day at this 3-hour mark or 2.5. We actually do it 2.5 because it gives you some room before that 3-hour mark to prepare. Okay, so if you're eating by the 3-hour mark, you're fine. If you're eating at 2.5, you're fine. If you need to manipulate it a little bit to eat with your family at dinner time, you can eat as early as 2 hours and still be in fat burn. But the nuts and bolts is that nutrition that you're eating all day.
Interesting. So those are key.
We give you that information and the amounts and what you're eating all day. You know, it's really important.
And another part of this is you, for the first couple of weeks, is no exercise.
Well, we recommend to hold off on the exercise because we want to reduce your blood sugars naturally. We don't say no exercise.
Okay.
Some people love that. Some people are like, I don't have to exercise. Wonderful. I'm in. Other people, they need it for their mental health.
Right.
So we ask that maybe they hold off for a week or 2. And that way we can regulate the blood sugars naturally and get back to it once you're in. And then we add more protein if you are exercising. Walking is great. I still do that. I did at the beginning. I still do it. But I don't go to the gym and work myself out like crazy. I used to do that and it did me no good. I just was kind of fit, but tight, but fat. You know?
Yeah.
It wasn't healthy. It wasn't healthy. So really it's, we're really focusing on health, not so much your size, but health and not only reducing the sugars, but we reduce so many people's medication as well.
Oh, very good point.
Yeah, they get off their cholesterol medication, either reduce it or get off it completely. I have a client out in Nevada, Henderson, Nevada, and shout out to Henderson, Nevada. She has completely reduced her medication. She was on cholesterol and blood pressure, and she's now off the cholesterol and reduction in the blood pressure medication.
That is so awesome. What about diabetic medication too? Do you?
Yeah, well, I have worked with some type 2s, absolutely, and it is great for diabetics because the goal is to reduce your blood sugars. I would need to speak to them specifically, find out, what their A1C levels are, if they're insulin deficient and things like that. So once I spoke to somebody, I would go through that medical health assessment and we would work on that together with their doctor.
Love that. Yes.
I'm not a doctor. I absolutely recommend people going to their doctor. A lot of doctors are aware of this program and, they recommend it.
Love that.
For sure.
It's great. Yes. We always want to keep our doctors there.
Yes. In the loop for sure.
In the loop on everything for sure. And okay, so you got healthy on this program. Where can people find you to find out more information about the program. And I'll put this in
Okay.
the show notes too.
Great, great. Well, my email address is abauer. Now it's spelled ABOUER @gmail.com.
Okay.
You can always email me. I'm absolutely 100% going to answer you, within a couple of hours for sure. I will provide my cell phone number, and I'm on Facebook, Amy Lasser Bouer on Facebook.
So, and I'll put those in there so everybody can find you, because
Yeah, I'm on public, so you'll be easily found.
absolutely. And anywhere in the country she can work for you. Okay, Amy, any last thoughts? Anything else you want to add?
Come get healthy with me. It's the best. It's the greatest feeling. I lost the weight. I have more energy. I sleep better. My symptoms of menopause have like next to nothing. And we eat on this program. This is not a starve yourself, trying to fit into a dress for a wedding program. It is a lifestyle with healthy habits that we teach you and show you, and you will feel better. I guarantee it.
I love
If you
it.
follow it, you'll lose the weight and get healthy.
Transforming your health one habit at a time, which is key whenever you try to do a change in your life. Whether with me, I try to do it very slowly, because people need to, and same with you, and that's why I'm trying to compare it, because people need to know and understand it's one habit at a time, and it's not
Absolutely.
jamming it all in to change everything immediately. You have to slowly transition into these new healthy habits that you haven't had for years. So,
Right. And the weight loss, actually, when you say slowly, the first week is usually a big week, but after that, it's like 1 to 2 pounds, because that's the healthy way to get it off.
Definitely.
If you see somebody promises you, quick weight loss, it's probably not going to be healthy, or it's not going to be sustainable.
Right.
And this is sustainable.
And life changing.
Yes, absolutely. Changed my life.
Awesome. Amy, so great to have you on the show. I
Thank
really
you.
appreciate you. And I look forward to keeping in touch and connecting with you again.
Absolutely. Thanks so much for having me, Teresa. It was so